And he can keep making it, but Shaq's still not coming out.
Underneath, Malone finally scores. Bryant gets tripled and then shoves it off to Fisher in the corner. Inside the Malone, and Karl now has 4 points.
That is a huge play.
The other forward is number 11, 6'9", 19th campaign from Louisiana Tech, Karl Malone.
Hopping from 18, and Wallace can't get the follow to go. End-to-end action, Malone again. This time it works.
Yeah, the first time he went in and tried to get fouled and didn't. This time he went in to try to make the bucket.
At UCLA. Malone to the line. Karl did not get to the line in game one. Makes the first, and here's Michelle.
Yeah, Al, Karl Malone, who's been called the big brother that this team needed, tore a ligament in his right knee in late December, sat out until mid-March. That's the most significant injury he's had in his career. That same knee has been swelling up here in the postseason. In fact, he had to have it drained before this series started. Phil Jackson said before tonight's game that he wants to watch Malone and see how willing he is to shoot and how his knee has reacted to the action.
I want to see him compete in this finals, and you know right now, in most cases, most guys probably wouldn't be playing, and he's trying to gut it out here.
People feel for him. Anybody who knows the story, all the years at Utah, he gets to the finals on a couple of occasions, but runs into Michael Jordan, and here's what happened. It's kind of a freak play earlier in the year, December 21st, in fact, and that cost him 40 games.
Yeah, I bet there's been more injuries in our league with guys landing on someone else's foot than any other injury.
Oh, that would have been huge.
Boy, I tell you.
And now Walton to Malone. And Malone missed it, gets a second chance, and the only good news about Malone going down hard and getting up, as I called it, gingerly, as he was still down court. Prince on Kobe, taken away by the quick hands, but Kobe gets it back. 7 on the 24. Whips it over to Malone. Wow. Underneath to O'Neal.
Oh. I've said it before, but Karl Malone, because he played with John Stockton, no one talked about his passing enough. You know, he can't do everything physically, but he's just a step smarter with his brain right now than the other guys on the floor.
9-point game. Dr. Tafoya. Bryant over into the corner. Malone.
I tell you, he has been absolutely fantastic.
All right, now, well, I spoke with Lakers trainer Gary Vitti before the game. He told me that part of Karl Malone's pregame preparation was a machine that injected medications at intervals, analgesics and anti-inflammatories to reduce the pain and swelling in that knee. And Doc, you said it. He didn't want to wear the brace because a samurai wouldn't wear one. But Kobe Bryant and Gary Vitti ganged up on him. Kobe will always be willing to wear something like that. And so finally, Karl Malone relented, saying, look, if Kobe will wear one, I'll wear one. So another battle won by Kobe Bryant.
So they get a fresh 24 at the underside of the rim and then off Detroit. Here's Malone. 2 for Karl. 10-7.
You knew he would make the first one. It was almost a wheel shot for him, but that's where he has to get. You know he's not going to give you anything on the post.
O'Neal working on Ben Wallace. And then Malone underneath to George. Karl Malone threading the needle.
I tell you, he's been effective already.
The Karl Malone saga is a pretty good one. The other night in L.A. in Game 2, here's how he hurt himself. You see him just outside the paint. Comes out of the game in consultation with Gary Vitti. They tell him to go back to the locker room. He only goes that far. Not quite down the hall. Comes back. Then again, the conference continues. He wants to get back in. Clearly. Vitti reports to Phil Jackson through Frank Hamlin. And then before the night is done, Doc, and as we look at the guys who played the most games, Malone and his teammate John Stockton are 1-2 and Perkins is 3. Before that night is done, not only does Malone come back into the game, but people forget he's the guy who inbounded the ball.
Play in this game, nothing is going to take me out of it.
There's Rasheed sitting with his 2. Let's check in with Michelle.
Well, Al, Malone isn't that concerned about whether or not his knee gets any worse by playing tonight. He said, when I consider what's at stake here, if this truly is the last season for me, what am I saving myself for? As long as I can play with my kids and do the things I want to do when this is all over with, it's totally worth it to me. It's just 3 more wins.
This equals the biggest lead of the game. Malone gets that one down to 11. Phil Jackson on the other bench, of course, trying to win his 10th title. Malone takes it from O'Neal and hits, so Shaq gets the assist. Malone, with his first 2 points, gives the Lakers the lead.